Time to review the Ace Magician. This is the CK10 mini PC. So, see if I can get this off with my fingernails. This is how you see it. It certainly. I'm gonna have to probably get a knife here. There we go. Try not to cut the box, just the foil. Plastic wrap. Here we go. Now we're cooking. And hopefully we'll give you an idea of how big this is. Here you can kind of see based on my hands. We're creating a vacuum here. Just letting it slide down. Okay. So here, this is it. This is what you get. Manuals in front, and take this all out here. I'm kind of curious to know how big this thing really is, and I think the listing on Amazon gives you the dimensions of it, and I didn't pay much attention to that. I really liked the image they had on there that showed it. Now, there's something inside here. That's not good. Something's rattling around in there. Yeah. I think the microphone might be picking that up. That is a bad sign, people. Alright, in case I have to return this, I guess. It says here, during the system boot process, if you cannot log into your personal account, please turn off Wi-Fi and LAN, select the skip option, and then log into your personal account in the system. Man, I want to know what's in here, rattling around. Alright, so, audio power. Okay, so the power, that's your button. Okay, so that's your button, there's the power. I want to know what the power input. So DC 19 volts. A little disappointing there because I was hoping you could run this off 12 volts really easily. Because then it would be you could use it in a car. You could do something like that. It says, I'm reading this right here. It says 19 volts, 3.4 amps. So it's definitely going to pull some real current. Trying to do some math here. 3.5 times 20 be somewhere around 70 watts. So this thing's should be a powerful little device. My intention here is to replace that. There we go. That thing. That's old. It's an old Celeron, and it's slow. So we'll see how that goes. Here's your power supply. It's not very big. Remember, we're doing 19 volts, 3.42 amps. That's literally what it said. Let's see what we got for cables here. There's a little plastic bag full of air in here to cushion this stuff. Here are some screws in case we didn't have enough floating around inside of it. Okay. So we have a mounting bracket here that we can literally, like, there's some, I don't know, I guess you call these keyhole slots. Let's see here. They give you, looks like an external SATA, so you can hook a drive up to it if you wanted to have a standard SATA drive. This is SATA, not SAS. Yeah, SATA. Here's your kettle cord for the power supply, and I wonder what they give you here. This cable, I'm kind of hoping they've got a male-to-male HDMI because I'm going to need it. This is what they've got here. Yep, they've got a male-to-male HDMI, and so that should work just fine. This is about 2 feet. So we're going to pop this open and see what's in there as far as what's rolling around in there. I hope it's not an important heat sink or something that cracked or broke. We're going to have to, literally I'm going to have to crack it open, and nicely enough, I don't know if the camera is going to show this to you, but let's see here. The screws are not under the feet. So I was concerned I'd have to pry the feet off to pop this open. But we're going to have to open it up because I don't want to power this on until I find out what that is. All right, I have the screws all taken out here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you see with me what it looks like when we take this apart. Okay, so this plate here comes clean off. That's what it is right there. Hopefully the camera can see this. I'll zoom in so you can see maybe a little better. I need a remote pan tilt for this camera. Anyone want to contribute one of those, feel free. Okay, so there definitely is a screw. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is what was in there. I don't know if the camera's going to show that. So it's a tiny, tiny screw. I don't know, maybe I'm going to put my hand behind this and then you can see. All right, so this is what it looks like inside. There we go. Okay. So we got a heat sink right top. This is over on this side here. It's your VGA output. It's not really connected to the chassis or the case in any meaningful way. So we're just going to pop this little screw in there. And if it goes, it goes. Yep, that's threaded in perfectly. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, that screw in the corner was just floating around inside the case. I think we're ready to rock and roll here. The heat sink that I see here on the top of this, it's literally just, there's like little plastic bands kind of holding it on here. Maybe that was just to help while the adhesive cures for what's really supposed to hold it on. This is the solid state drive, if you will. And there's another slot, so you can put a second drive in here. Right here's your second drive slot, right here. So there's room in here to put a second drive, which I think is really awesome. I like that. I'm glad to see that. And then there's a screw over here where my finger is. They would hold the other end of it down. So basically there's a standoff here, a little post that will hold the other end of your second drive if you want to have a second drive. I really like that. I think that's a plus. Most of the machines that I build, I will put a second drive in them, typically. Anyway, I'm going to button this back up, and then we're going to go over there, and we're going to set it up. And what's going to happen with this is, I don't know if I'm going to actually glue it to the back of the monitor, like what I'm going to do with it, but there's not going to be any computer underneath the bench anymore. That's the whole point. I still have to keep that computer for a while because I got to transfer all the stuff that is on there and all that other stuff, but we'll power this up in a minute or two and show you what it looks like. As I'm buttoning this back up, interestingly enough, there's what appears to be a button here. I'm going to bring this in closer. And I cannot push that button. It's like someone jammed it in and it doesn't, I can't do anything with it. I can't push it. I'm hoping it doesn't do anything. I took all the stickers off of it and put them on the back of the manual. So there they are. And I'm not really sure. So I scanned this little code here that said scan me, and it went to a little website that says learn more about Ace Magician, and then when you click start now it says profile is not verified, please check again later. So they're not doing very well instilling confidence here, I have to say. I just hope that this is a blank. It's like maybe could be used for something that just has no functional purpose. But it is definitely cut out. There is no question in my mind that this is intended to be a button, but it's like pushing on a chunk of concrete. There's nothing under there. There's no give to it at all. So if it's supposed to pop up or be pressable, I can't press it. All right, people, look at what we have here. I have this plugged in, and I get some of my test leads out of the way there, and it's turned on, and we're setting up Windows 11 here. All right, well, we got it all set up, and we are. I mean, this thing is it's incredible. It's fast. It's it's a good computer, and I would say I couldn't get another computer that's this fast and this good for $350. I'm just not going to get a computer that's this good. It's fine. I can go to YouTube. I mean, I'm running the it's fast. It's so much faster than this computer down here. I have a lot of stuff to set up on it. I spent about an hour and a half doing registry settings on Windows 11 so I could get the taskbar buttons to show up with labels, because when I have multiple instances of the same program, I need to see what they actually are. So there we go. It's just wonderful. So there we go. Thanks.